I want to talk to you today about generosity. It's been a hard 2 years. And sometimes in hard times, we have to be careful because we've started to hold on to things a little too tightly. Now, for some of us, we've gotten more generous, but for others of us, we've gotten a little stingy. And I want to remind you of some promises that God has made. Notice these 4 promises in Proverbs 11, verse 24 and 25. He says, give freely, and become more wealthy. Wow. Give freely and become more wealthy. Be stingy and lose everything. There's a promise. The generous will prosper, and those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. Beloved, please look at these 4 promises, and each one of them is equally strong. If you will give freely, you will become more wealthy. If you will be stingy, you will lose everything. I've watched this with so many people in my life. I've watched people start out when they're poor with generosity, and then as they begin to get blessed, they get more and more bills, they get overextended, they become stingy because they're trying to pay their bills. They overextended themselves, they live beyond their means, and then they get stingy and they lose everything. The generous will prosper. That's his promise. Look at that. The generous will prosper. Verse 25. A generous person will prosper. Now, I know people don't like it when you talk about prosperity today, but I don't care. This is a promise of God. If you are a generous person, you will prosper. And those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed. If I give of myself to refresh somebody else, somebody who's weary, and I just come along and I show generosity and I refresh them, you know what? There's going to come a day that's going to happen to me. Beloved, coming out of this thing, let's remember, and some of you, please, I have no criticism for you. It's been a hard 2 years. But some of you, when times were hard, you didn't remember your generosity, and that made times harder. Let's get back into generosity. The generous man will prosper.